Well, welcome. I'm back. Had a little sickness there, but you can't keep Robbie V down. That's the fact of the matter. That's all there is to it. All right, so what we're going to talk about tonight in our usual 15, 20-minute segue or segment. Probably talk about the Karen Reed case because everyone's talking about it. Talk about the Celtics and how they're up for sale. We'll also talk about dopes of the day, wonks of the week, locks of the week, and we'll talk a little hurricane out, and definitely we'll talk about the Ted Sarandis poll. So, Karen, well, first, let's get to what everyone in Massachusetts is. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that we've heard all about the Karen Reed trial. They actually came back with a verdict. It was a hung jury, which I wasn't exactly surprised at. I thought that it was going to be. I thought it was going to be hung. I figured there'd be one or two holdouts for her, either guilty or not guilty. I'm not sure. No one's really come forward and said which way that the jury was going. I know some wonks and jabronis say they know. I think from Court TV, but that guy's dope of the day. I'll actually get his name. Yeah, Grant Smith Ellis, who claimed that it was 10-2 guilty. Yeah, thinking you're a nice solid dope of the day winner for that. There's been no jury jury member who's actually confirmed that. And yeah, I don't really think you outscooped Turtle Boy and all the reporters and beat writers and whatnot in Boston who were on the case. So yeah, enjoy your dope of the day award. I was happy with the verdict. I don't think Karen Reed did it. It's just too many holes in the defense. The defense story, or the prosecution's witnesses. And Michael Proctor, definitely he's another dope of the day. Getting suspended for the state police. That wasn't the best. He used definitely some abusive language that I wouldn't have used. And I don't know. Last but not least, Michael Proctor is also the lead investigator on the Brian Washley trial for the Cohasset murders. So yeah. Norfolk County DA's office is batting 1,000. They're dope of the day too. Because they said they come back and immediately retry the case, which is, yeah. This was their best shot to get a conviction. There's only going to be more stuff that's coming out. So, yeah. And then, breaking news from Twitter. Karen Reed was spotted out with her defense attorney during deliberations. I don't know. To quote Matthew McConaughey, all right. Everyone can just do their own thing. That's one way to go. Yeah, her attorney's MVP, though. He did a great job poking holes in the defense and whatnot. And, hey, he got it done. Good dude. Hey, maybe him and Karen will just go off and have a bunch of kids together. You didn't hear that from me. All right. Let's talk about the Celtics. Big news. Signed Jason Tatum to Supermax deal, 5 years. I think it was $310 million. I think we all knew that was coming. They also signed Derek White, which is another great. I'm glad they got that. Glad they got that done. Philadelphia, signed Paul George. So that's going to obviously help them out and whatnot next year. If you're already looking forward to next year. We're also surprised to see that the Celtics, with Grossbeck and Pagliuca, they're actually selling the team. I think this actually makes a lot of sense. They've held the team for a long time. They made a lot of money. They have 2 world championships. It's a good way to go out. The team is going to be, its highest value right now, especially after the latest championship. So, hey, why not? Move on to other life endeavors. Who would I want to buy the team? Anyone but the Fenway Sports Group. I'm all set with that. I'm all set with John Henry, Tom Warner. You guys don't spend money, and you guys are not exactly doing the best on what was it, Yawkey Way or Jersey Street or whatever you call it now. I haven't been to a game in a while. If you don't want to spend the money, why should I spend the money to come see you? It's pretty much that simple. The other thing about the Celtics is that there's talk that the new owners are going to put up a basketball only arena. That's kind of a possibility. I'd love to know where you plan on building this, and especially in the city of Boston. Do you plan on taking over like Post Office Square by like eminent domain? I I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I think if this was the Seaport, Boston, like maybe 2011, where you had all those parking lots in the Seaport, yeah, it definitely would make a lot of sense. But I don't know where you would put it now. And please don't tell me about Encore. Like that would be a fucking traffic nightmare. I mean, you can barely get into Encore on a Monday. Never mind, on a Celtics game night. So let's just stop that fucking bullshit. All right, we're gonna talk about the moron of the month. If you've known, there's a lot of people from Moron of the month lately. But the fact of the matter is that Squarespace, you came after Mike Geary, Blind Mike. Jesus Christ, yeah, delete that out. You came after Blind Mike. It's absolutely ridiculous. You didn't come after him. You just didn't give him internet service. And I didn't appreciate it. It took him like fucking 8 times a month. Barstool Big Cat and a Robbie V video for you guys to make it right. And Robbie V is appalled by this freaking behavior. I'm very angry. And for that, Squarespace, you guys get Moron of the month. You guys are the winners. Maybe a co-winner, to be honest with you. Because it has come to my attention that, what's his name? I think it's Stuttering John or something. Oh, hold on. Well, we'll get to that later. We'll save it for later. All right. So let's talk about the Ted Sarandis poll here. Who's most responsible for destroying the once great Minifan network? Some people said, it came in, the hot results were, 41% said Manners, 30% said Kirk Minahan, 6% said Johns from Scranton, and 23% said talentless newcomers. I don't know if I'm looped into that. If I am, what are you going to do? This is my take on it. I think the people are pretty much right for a lot of reasons. The 6% for John from Scranton, I don't know what those 6% were thinking. John from Scranton has been an asset for the network, for the Kirk Minahan network. It's a fact of the matter on the Kirk Minahan channel. And he's done a great job so far. I have nothing but positive things to say. The 30% for Kirk Minahan kind of surprises me. All that happened is he saw a bunch of people were suspended, from across the street. He took advantage of that, and it came quick. And hey, you can't hate on that. You gotta keep your eyes up. 41% said Manners. I do agree with that to a point. I think if he hadn't suspended BA and the whole drama with John many months ago, I probably wouldn't have started this. But here we are, and that's a little bit life, So what are you gonna do? But I will say, I do appreciate Manners giving me the opportunity on the network, and I know a lot of people do. But what are you gonna do? Glasses are messed up. I guess that's what happens when you have kids. Getting a new pair next week, and thank God. It's life. What are you gonna do? But anyway, I also want to say too, the talentless newcomers. I think there's a lot of great shows on the network. And let's try to stop fixing my glasses because they're just freaking awful. I think there's a lot of great shows on the network. The fact of the matter is that the network, you got to give everybody a chance, and everybody's show deserves something. I don't know why I'm just trying to fix these, but whatever. Anyway, all right. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I think that sometimes, if anything, you should definitely talk to John Scranton and other people if you want to come on the network, the Kirk Minahan network. There's plenty of time slots available, folks. It's a 24-hour day, and that's just Robbie V telling you to come on. All right, so who are the MVPs from this, from the month? I think the basketball team. I'll give Kirk an MVP. Also going to give Mike Manansky an MVP. He had a great what's it called? Hosting event up in at the draft. I think it's a DraftKings casino up at Seabrook, New Hampshire. Good old Ty Law. He did a great job. Saw some sound cuts and whatever. But what are you gonna do? He did a great job, and he definitely gets MVP. Now, a lot of people are asking, should I get MVP? Absolutely not. I just gotta get my glass. Busted my glasses the other day. I need to just get them fixed. So I'm gonna get on that. Until then, I'm dope of the day, but that's okay. What are you gonna do? So it's 4th of July, folks, and you'll get this after 4th of July. So these are the Robbie V 4th of July weekend tips. Number one, if you're gonna bring freaking beverages to a party, make sure that they're at least mid-grade. Someone invites you to a party, they tell you to bring beer. Don't bring like freaking Natty Light or Busch Light. Bring a good IPA like Harpoon, or maybe get some Dogfish Head IPAs. If you're looking for a good lager, get some Sam Summer or Sam Adams Boston Lager. If you're looking for a good nice tropical drinks, check out some Trulies or High Noons. You gotta be for the people and bring what the people want, or else you're never gonna get invited to another fucking 4th of July party again. So you gotta remember that. Number two, if you man the grill, you gotta cook properly. Make sure that everything is cooked properly, and make sure that you're not serving raw food, because people can get sick and then they'll spend the whole weekend on the crapper. And who wants that? The other 4th of July tips are, maybe go to a parade. What's up when you go to a parade? Don't light off fireworks in the middle of it. Don't try to be a hero, folks. All right, what else is going on? I mean, I think we've talked Karen Reed. We've talked Ted Sarandis, Paul. Talk Red Sox. Bruins made some moves. I don't really agree with the Allmark trade at all. They should have got more. It's just it's a real freaking crap. It was a crap package that they got back, and it's just so stupid. I mean, you got to be better than that, Sweeney. I mean, it's very obvious. Well, of course. How could I not talk about it? Let's talk about the great debate. Joe Biden. I don't know. Might as well talk a little politics. It's summer. It's slow, and football's not here. Obviously, Joe Biden didn't have the best performance. He had a dope. He really, had a moron of the month performance. But I mean, what are you gonna do? He was disappointing. He didn't really sound coherent, which is unfortunate. And he also just, it was sad. It was a really sad performance. Robbie V was appalled. I mean, he literally had like a fucking. He was off like 2 weeks. I mean, he didn't do any good. He just came out that flat. I just don't understand. I don't know. Donald Trump's Donald Trump, whatever. Do I think he's going to resign? I think it's the lock of the freaking decade that Joe Biden is not going to win the Democratic national nomination. my fucking luck is go to predict it and go put some money down. I think the contract's at like 40 cents right now, or it'll probably be maybe 50 by the time you see this, but whatever. I don't think it's going to be Kamala either. So I don't know. Who's it going to be? I have no idea. I barely follow politics as it is, but it's not going to be those two jabronis and morons. And also, like, just really quick, like, what does it say for our country when, like, our best, people are like some dementia patient who's can barely get out a sentence, and Donald Trump, who's just an unhinged loon. I don't know. I mean, it's not good, folks. I mean, maybe I'll run for president. Robbie V 2024. All right. Finally, Stuttering John, I think you should quit trying to take legal action. I don't know what's going on with you, but haven't really been following it. But yeah, just I don't know. Keep them, keep Minifans' names out of your mouth. That's all Robbie V's gonna say, because if you don't, you'll be more of the month, and that's really not good. And don't start doxing people. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm just looking at your tweets right here. For God's fucking sakes. It's out of control, God's sakes. And thanks for telling us it's illegal to record a phone call in California without the consent of all parties involved. This is known as two-party consent. I mean, What are you, a fucking lawyer or something? Like, Jesus Christ. All right, we're getting off topic. We're over 16. We're over 15 minutes. All right. So what do I want you to do? You know, I want you to watch the great shows on the Kirk Minahan channel. You know, go to the Blind Mike Project, you know, at blindmike.net. I want you to tune in for the locks of the week, which are going to be released Saturday and Sunday. And I want you to go out and have a great, safe 4th of July. You know, shoot off some fireworks, have some cocktails, and, you know, celebrate America. America's MVP. Oh, yeah. All right. That's it, folks. This is Robbie V. And probably a very nice addition to the show. Signing off.